Again, we can do this with the MC. This is a slider bar, which is why I don't really like it, and also it does. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't know. I prefer doing it through MCC. So it's just all up to you. And then weather you can do through here too. This is a lot less complex than the what do you call it? MCC stuff. So you just have a fog slider and you have overcast instead of having like sliders for everything. Fire support I don't like using because, as you can see, this circle, like, our players can see it, which is kind of shitty. That's why I don't like it doing it. Flares, again, I don't like doing, because you only get the one flare, and it's not like an MCC where you can have 30 flares coming in 20 seconds apart. Objectives, I don't use, ever. Those are doing something else. If you're creating an actual, like, if you didn't have the tasks menu to use, you could use these. But we use the task menus and radios and stuff like that to get our order across. So we prefer you. I don't like using these. You can screw around them if you want, though. The respawns in here, I wouldn't touch. Do not touch loadouts ever. But I wouldn't really touch these at all. We set up the respawns on the maps and everything like that. So you can, if you want to. I don't. Just scenario flow. These again are like triggers. If you don't know what you're doing, stay away from them. There's just way too much into them. Smoke shells, just pretty obvious. Just create fucking smoke. Training. These are kind of cool, I guess. I'll show you what they do. They're newish. These ones are just like creating stages. That one, which I don't need to worry about. This one will give us, like, let's say somebody doesn't know how to do something. It says all that boot camp stuff. So it's going to say binoculars. And then it's going to press H for details, because I want to see how binoculars work. Yeah, just kind of, you can pop that stuff up. Really cool, fun one I like doing is this one. You can make the person do push-ups. And then we can also make them do leg lifts, or whatever the fuck they are. Leg push-ups. They only do it for a short amount of time, but it's still funny if you want people doing it for whatever reason. So, you can't do it to human players, obviously you can only do it to AI players. Then the big ones. We have Zeus. Alright, so we have the lightning bolts. Lightning bolts will take out buildings. Like that. If it's a destructible building, if a lightning bolt doesn't take it out, it's not destructible, pretty much. They'll take out trees, too. Stuff like that. You can hold down control so that you don't have to keep selecting lightning bolt over and over again. Don't use lightning bolts on players. You can do it to just kind of like, if it's stormy atmosphere, I do it sometimes to screw with them, but never to kill them. So, unless somebody's wildly misbehaving, you don't have an admin on or whatever. The remote control. When you remote control through Zeus, you don't get that same hijacking like eye thing around you like you do in this, but you also aren't talking through this person. You're talking through your character wherever he is, and you still maintain the radio that you have. This is really quick for quick hijacking and everything like that. If you want to control a player, like control OP4 or like a civilian vehicle to drive through a checkpoint or something like that really quickly. And we can just press Y to get back into Zeus, and then the AI will take them back over. So I like remote controlling and hijacking both. It depends on the situation. Arsenal is the really fun one. This is all about building presets, though. You don't want to be doing this in the middle of combat. You can change this person's entire loadout from everything. I have some. You can also click random, and it's going to change them randomly around to just a bunch of different stuff. I also have one that's pre-built. So we have this police guy pre-built, for example. So now he's wearing a police cap, police vest, kind of a police-ish, garb, get up, and he has a pistol. So you can build multiple of these things and everything like that, and have whatever you want to do. It just takes a little bit to load into people and do a bunch of different people, so just something to keep in mind. But they have a bunch of stuff. You can attach radios and just everything. You can do different voices, different faces. I mean, everything you think you can do with these people. So, just you can change their insignias on the side so they know it's a Zeus player, stuff like that. These are your 3 big things you're going to be doing in Zeus a lot once the mission starts. Mainly remote controls. The big thing you're going to be keep going back and back to. So, just have it ready to go. We already went over markers, and I think that's it for really Zeus manipulation. We can build the bases. We can go over that really quickly, I guess. So let's see. Military. So I don't like. I mean, sometimes I like building bases in Zeus. Sometimes I, like building bases in MCC. It all depends on what I want to grab. So most of the stuff that's in Zeus is in MCC. Most of the stuff that's in MCC is in Zeus. MCC just has a few smaller things, and like pre-built things that we don't have in here. So you just manipulate it the same way you do everything else. You shift to rotate. Alt drags up and down. Objects are going to snap to terrain and like designated heights. So, but we can put it up as high as we want to, as low as we want to. It's something you do very, very cognizant of. A lot of things do not have floors. So if it doesn't have a floor, you have to manually build a floor for it. So, just be aware of stuff like that. Where are we? Oh, we're already at 4 o'clock. Wow, okay. I'm going to try and add this up really quickly, but last thing is they moved it around on me, but it's used to be under construction. I think there's some under town now. We have... Where are you? Okay, we have some in here, but these, you'll see they all say on and off. So if we go to nighttime, we're going to do it just through here because it's easier right now. That takes a little bit. See, these lights are on, which is really cool. And you can also put lights that are off. So we can put another halogen next to it that is off. So, cool thing about Arma 3 lights is you can all shoot these out too. So your players can walk through and shoot all the lights out if they want. But this is a really cool way to light up a town. If for whatever reason, like the town doesn't have, like this town doesn't have lights in it. If we do a night mission, maybe we want to add a couple lights for whatever reason. So, grass cutter is really cool. So we can cut all this grass away and stuff like that if you want to. Again, we can just hold control and keep going through and mow the grass. For whatever reason you want to get rid of the grass. Just up to you. And then we can do the protection zone and stuff like that too. Which we can see that giant red bubble is a protection zone. So no shooties. And then we can do it invisible so you can't see how big it is, but it's the same size. There are some objects, I should go over, that are interactable. This is one of them. This is an interactable object. So some aren't, some are. This one you can walk up to and raise and lower. So be aware of that. Okay, so building a mission. We have all the bare basics. We have everything that we kind of talked about, but we don't have a mission. 1 second. Sorry about that. Knock at the door. We have a mission. You don't have anything in your head or anything to do or anything like that. We have the mission General Wizard, which you can do, but we're gonna go over just some quick stuff. So we have this stuff set up, like I said before. We're gonna create a quick. Move myself away so I don't die. Alright, so we're going to create, we're going to do, we'll do the pirates on defense, why the hell not. So we're going to spawn some pirates really quickly. We're going to do groups of infantry, 10 units, put them on, put 2 of them on BIS patrol. Now these are spawning in the actual big zone itself, and they're going to patrol, as you can see, this one's going way off map. But because the zone is huge, they're going to have larger patrol zones. And then we're going to do units, vehicles, do an off-road armed. We're going to put a couple of these on aggressive. So again, these are going to react to anything in zone 1. You can see they're kind of spawning in the same area, but it is what it is. Because I have zone 1 selected down here, by the way, as that's the zone they're spawning into. Then we're going to create some aggressiveness in zone 2. You can see that's what's going to be selected. It's the yellow one now. And we're going to put some units on defensive there. Some infantry. We'll put a group of 4-man defensive. And we'll do the same thing with zone 3. Zone 4 will have 2 defensives, we'll say. And zone 5 will have, we'll say it'd be the big group defensive, and then we're going to spawn 1 big guy. I don't think they have an officer. No, they don't. So we're going to spawn an officer from another faction. So we know CSAT have an officer. So we're going to spawn an officer from CSAT, and he's going to be like the big HVT that we're going to kill. So our mission today is to kill or capture an HVT, and we're going to put him on defense. So we're going to spawn him in that zone too. We could have put him on fortified too, but we're going to put him on defense. Should be him. Right. So other important thing to note, I probably should have went over this earlier, and I apologize. If the units don't show up here, just click on groups and click on units, and the units will show up. Alright, so that's where we put our big guy, and we're going to say kill or capture officer. Put that on east. Whoops. You're back on west when you're doing this stuff. Alright, so now we have the tasks. Our players have a task to go look at. We could also not give them a task, and we can say in grid 0702 there will be an officer near the airfield. Go kill him. We can give them something as low spec as that. We can give them the actual village area, stuff like that. You can give them as little as much detail as you want to. So we give them an area. Obviously, it's not directly on where the officer is. It's close to, but it's not directly on. And then we can go, okay, so how are our troops going to get there? Say our troops are, say they're coming from somewhere. We got to figure out where are they going to approach